10 Early Signs of Alzheimer's Disease to Pay Attention to. In the preview of this material, I would like to share some interesting information in 2 brief paragraphs. But first, a statistic. As of 2021, the population of Russia is 143 million people, while that of the USA is 332 million. So, according to WHO data, in 2018, Russia ranked 6th in the world for the number of cases of Alzheimer's disease, with approximately 2 million people diagnosed. Preliminary estimates suggest that in 2023, 6.7 million Americans aged 65 and older will be living with Alzheimer's disease. 73% of them will be aged 75 and older. About 1 in 9 people aged 65 and older, 10.7%, suffer from Alzheimer's disease. Nearly 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women. In my opinion, the 6th place does not indicate that the prevention of this type of dementia is a top priority for local health authorities, but rather that the population simply does not live to the age where they can afford to have it. The age is 65 and older. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are more than 50 million seniors living in the U.S., which makes up 16.5% of the total population. Florida has the highest percentage of elderly people at 21%, 1 in 5. According to estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau, by 2030, 32.5% of Florida's population will be aged 60 and older, nearly 1 in 3, which is a 34% increase from 2012. In this regard, I sincerely wish that all my readers reach a ripe old age. But in order for us to enjoy this and not fall into a waking oblivion, I want each of us to be aware of the 10 early signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, so that we can timely consult specialists. Fortunately, the medical news from the last month brings cautious optimism that soon we might really be able to fight it seriously. 1. Memory loss that disrupts daily life. One of the most common signs of Alzheimer's disease, especially in its early stages, is forgetting recently learned information. Others include forgetting important dates or events, repeatedly asking the same questions, and an increasing reliance on memory aids, such as reminders or electronic devices, or family members for things they once handled on their own. A typical age-related change, occasionally forgetting names or appointments but remembering them later. 2. Problems with planning or solving problems. Some people living with dementia may experience changes in their ability to plan and follow through with tasks or work with numbers. A typical age-related change, occasional errors in managing finances or household bills. 3. Difficulty completing familiar tasks. People with Alzheimer's disease often find it challenging to carry out everyday tasks. Here is the translated text. Sometimes they may have trouble traveling to a familiar place, making a shopping list, or remembering the rules of their favorite game. A typical age-related change, sometimes it takes help to set up the microwave or turn on the alarm clock. 4. Confusion about time or place. People living with Alzheimer's disease may lose track of dates, seasons, and the passage of time. Sometimes they may forget where they are or how they got there. A typical age-related change, getting confused about the days of the week but figuring it out later. 5. Problems with understanding visual images and spatial relationships. For some people, vision problems are a sign of Alzheimer's disease. This can lead to difficulties with balance or trouble reading. They may also have issues with judging distances and identifying colors or contrasts, which can create problems with driving. Typical age-related change, vision changes associated with cataracts. 6. New problems with words or speech. People living with Alzheimer's disease may have difficulty following conversations or joining in. They may struggle with their vocabulary. A typical age-related change, sometimes having trouble finding the right word. 7. Losing things and losing the ability to trace their whereabouts. A person living with Alzheimer's disease may put things in unusual places. They may misplace items and be unable to go back and find them again. He or she may accuse others of stealing, especially as the disease progresses. A typical age-related change, occasionally misplacing things and retracing steps to find them. 8. Financial irresponsibility and physical disarray. People may experience changes in judgment or decision-making. For example, they may show short-sightedness when dealing with money or pay less attention to personal care or maintaining cleanliness. A typical age-related change is occasionally making poor decisions or mistakes. 9. Withdrawal from work or social activities. A person living with Alzheimer's disease may experience changes in their ability to maintain or follow a conversation. As a result, he or she may withdraw from hobbies, social activities, or other interests. A typical age-related change is sometimes feeling uninterested in family or social obligations. 10. Changes in mood or personality. Individuals living with Alzheimer's disease may experience changes in mood and personality. They may become confused, suspicious, depressed, frightened, or anxious. A typical age-related change is developing very specific ways of doing things and irritability when routines are disrupted. If you have noticed any of these signs, take appropriate measures. Take care of yourself and stay healthy.